happens when you want to grow in this industry? What type of people do you want to surround yourself by, and how do you gain inspiration from other people? We are breaking down answers to these questions that came in earlier this week on today's live Ask Me Anything here on YouTube and on Facebook. If you're joining me live, I would love for you to drop your questions about Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, IGTV. We can talk about TikTok, your YouTube channel, your blog, your newsletter, your website, all those fun, fabulous, important things to create a profitable business through smart social media marketing. And I will answer as many as possible while we are on air today. And anything that comes in during the replay, I will save for our upcoming live streams. We do them weekly here on YouTube and Facebook, also on Instagram and the other social media platforms, to make sure that we are taking care of you and helping you grow your business right now to create more money and create the life that you want to live. So let's dive in and let's have a conversation about some of these questions that came in this week. The first one was all about Instagram live stream. So with IG Live, I've been experiencing where my guests have extremely bad feedback and delayed. It's not on my side, as I'm clear to everyone watching. Now, I can actually say that this is in fact something I have gone through personally. This has been happening for the last couple of months on certain accounts. And what I've discovered is that it's linked to certain accounts. So your account may be totally fine. My account was totally fine. I could do live streams. I could have other guests on. But when I got on particular guests onto my show, whatever was going on inside of the system just ruined the entire rest of the live stream. It was glitchy. Things were frozen on the screen. Like, all the bad things happened here. So what happens when you get to that point? What happens when you are, unfortunately, dealing with that lag? Now, we have discovered that there's no necessarily universal fix to this. So there are a couple of steps that we can be taking. The first is that it could potentially be your guest's internet connection. So make sure that they are near their wireless box. Make sure that they're, restarting their internet and starting it back up so that it's a clear signal. Make sure that they are where they need to be and not in a place that has like glitchy internet. That's the first thing I would check. After that, I would have them go completely out of Instagram and come back in. So like hard quit Instagram, come back in and see if that helps. If it does not, try deleting the app entirely. So if this is a reoccurring guest, have them just get rid of the entire app off their phone and then re-download it and sign back in. And hopefully, fingers crossed, at that point, it will work. If not, for now, you're just going to have to work with other guests or come up with another way of doing an interview or a conversation with them. So you got to make sure that you're just aware that's going to be happening. And sometimes you're just going to have to work around it in another way, or you're going to have to use another platform to have a conversation with that particular person. We don't know why this is being caused right now, but we do know that there is some kind of glitch. So if that is happening to you, go ahead and let us know down in the comments below. And if you have found ways to work around this, go ahead and give each other ideas when it comes to working with glitchy Instagram Live. Danielle's in the comments. Hey girl, thanks for joining us. I always appreciate you being here. If you've got questions while we're live, I'd love to get those answered for you. So go ahead and hit me up in the comments. We got a great comment this week that says, I've been watching a few of your videos and all of a sudden it hit me. Did she just do the whole video with one take? Whoa, that is impressive. Yes, I actually do film all of my videos in a single take. You will on rare occasions see a cut, and that would be because my camera stopped filming. Every once in a while it does that. And if I've gone through the majority of the video, I'm not going to start again, especially if it's a longer video. So yes, I do. I will say that I have running notes under my screen. So I'll just tape like a bullet point note. So if I have to glance, I can do that. But usually I do it in one full take. And you can actually do this by training yourself to do it, which is something we talk about in my course, all about live streaming. So you can check out Live Stream Action Plan for more information on how to learn to do what I do. It's been a lot of years, but I'm really glad that you are enjoying the series. And I know that she actually binge watched a whole bunch of our Instagrams because I watched the comments come in as she was chatting in the comments with me as she was going through it. So thanks, girl, for binge watching. Appreciate that. We got another great comment that says, love your tips on how to use live links on YouTube and Facebook. Can't wait to try them out. Thanks for sharing. On our last live stream, we actually talked about a brand new feature. And if you are joining me, you will be seeing through the course of today's live stream, I will be kicking out links to you. That is something that Be Live Now offers inside of their platform. And we have the ability to kick out links to specific videos or newsletter signups or products that we're selling or whatever. And it's the coolest thing ever. So make sure you stay tuned. Check that out. Watch the chat box, watch the discussion, because you will see it pop up throughout today's live stream, because I actually plugged in a couple of resources for you guys as we go. We got a question about how to change the cover of the posted videos in IGTV. Now, you actually cannot change this once it's posted. Once it's been posted, it is out there. You would have to delete the entire thing and re-upload the entire thing, which doesn't work if it's a live stream. So we do have a tutorial. I just dropped it in the comments. That was that little thing we just talked about that teaches you how to make a really effective cover image, where to put it, how to get it in there. And that's really going to help you out. Just be aware you have to put the cover image up as you are uploading your video to IGTV, or right after your live stream as you're posting it to your IGTV. You cannot go back and change it later on. Great question, and thanks for hanging out with us this week. We had another great comment that says, I can't keep up with all the social media stuff. I'm glad I'm subscribed to your channel. You always have the latest, most relevant tips and tricks. Well, Sabrina, thank you so much for joining us. I always appreciate seeing you in the comments, leaving such thoughtful notes like this. We also had a great comment that said, this is so helpful. I've been wanting easy ways to start using TikTok more, and this is going to help me. Looking forward to more. TikTok has been the best. It is growing so quickly for me. I'm getting new followers every single day. I'm getting dozens of new newsletter subscribers like daily. We're getting tons of sales from TikTok, and it's just from having fun over on TikTok. So I highly recommend it. Can't wait to see what you're going to do with your TikTok. And feel free to leave your TikTok handles down below if you want me to pop in and say, hey, on one of your videos. Hamp Art said you should do a video on how to set up newspaper links, meaning newsletter links. We're talking all about how you can be using your TikTok link in your bio in a really important strategic way, and that is to send them to your newsletter. We talk all about why that's the most important link for you to have and why you should be driving all of your traffic to your newsletter inside of this video. And I actually do have resources on how to set up a newsletter, how to create your opt-in page, how to create that link. So I've dropped that down into the comments below. Go ahead and check those out. It'll be in the description bar as well, so that you can take a look at what's really important for your newsletter to have a successful newsletter. We're going to keep going through these. I do see some questions coming in, so I do want to jump into those in just a second, but I want to pop through these quickly. Trisha said, huge help. Thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoyed our conversation on how to do an interview over on Instagram Live. Yes, the text said, this is super interesting. I had no idea your post could impact how your thumbnail converts. Interestingly enough, it really, really can. Your thumbnail is very much like a book cover is to a book. It is the thing that sells your video. And so you have to make sure you get it really genre specific, really right, and you have to have the right type of thumbnail pose within that to get people to check that one out. So I highly recommend that you are taking a look at that video. Danielle says, other than doing it more, what tips do you have for getting more comfortable doing videos live or recorded on social media? Okay, so yes, you do need to do it more, but I do recommend practicing off air as well. So one of the big tips that I give is to just sit down in your room, in your space, wherever you're going to be recording. And I want you to just take your phone, set it up on a tripod or prop it up on some books against a wall, whatever. And I just want you to practice speaking to yourself. So you can do a fake interview with yourself. It's going to feel cheesy, but it's going to help you learn. I want you to practice looking at yourself while you're speaking. So right now, as I'm live streaming, I can see myself. I can see every hair that might be out of place. Every time that something moves, something shifts in my background, I can see it. So I'm just hyper aware of who I am on screen and in my space. Also take the time to learn your program. So if you are live streaming with something like BeLive, you're going to see a lot of buttons. There's going to be a lot of running words on the side of the screen. There's going to be a lot going on your desktop or on your phone. And I want you to be very familiar with your buttons. That's going to make you feel a lot more confident when you go into your live streams or your videos, so that you're not struggling or looking for things or having to constantly look to the side of the screen to figure out where something is. Know your equipment. And then you're going to start to feel more confident when you learn how to kind of up your game a little bit when it comes to video. So we're talking about your background has to look nice and professional. Take steps to get a more professional looking background. I'm not saying you have to get all out. I'm saying you can hang up a solid colored sheet behind you, and that is fine as long as it makes you feel comfortable and professional. I have my bookshelves, and I make sure that they're all prettily designed so that I feel good and comfortable and professional with this. I have other types of backgrounds. Sometimes it is fabric backgrounds. Sometimes it's a wall. Sometimes I will set up a couch or a chair against a wall. Whatever. Get comfortable with your settings and make yourself feel a little more professional. Take the time to make sure you look good. So that doesn't mean that you have to like go all out and do your makeup and do your hair, but however you feel good, however you feel comfortable, take the time to do that. Maybe it means you do need to straighten a couple of the little kinks out of your hair. Like I don't do a ton to my hair, but I will before I go live or go out in public. I'll just straighten just part of my bangs if they've kinked weird, or I'll take the time to curl it a bit if it has, again, kinked weird while I'm doing something else, if I have it tied back or something. I will, for me, take the time to do my makeup. I don't live stream and I don't do videos without makeup. If that's something that's important to you, if you feel good with makeup, take the time to do your makeup and maybe even learn some new tips and tricks when it comes to your makeup. If it means putting on a bold lipstick color, some of my former co-hosts used to have to wear their lipstick to feel ready for the shows. Go ahead and do that. You have to make sure that you're comfortable so your clothing looks good, and clothing, again, remember, will look different on camera and on video rather than in person. So things you can wear and slay in person may not look great on camera, and things you can wear on camera and totally be a queen will not necessarily look great out in public. So just take the time to learn what's going to make you look and feel comfortable, and then just have those conversations and practice off air before you jump on air. Of course, you can do things like getting better equipment. So a better camera to film with, you can get better lighting, you can get better backgrounds, you can do whatever you need to do. And if you want tips and tricks on that, you can go to kmrobinson.com/tools, where I have all my recommendations for bumping up your game when it comes to creating video. And then just see what works best for you. A lot of it comes down to trial and error. So practice, practice, practice off camera, practice on camera, get to know your equipment, figure out how you look and feel comfortable in front of the camera, and then up your game with some of your equipment and things as you are prepared to do that. And as your business, as your channel, as your whatever is growing, you can grow with that as well. Simple little changes will help you to bump it up and up and up. And just remember, it takes time. I did not have the ability to do this when I first started. My very first live stream was a complete disaster, and I had to learn and I had to grow. The very first tutorial set of videos I made for YouTube, I brilliantly had it set up so I had a really nice background, but it was the first time I'd done it. So I didn't have my professional background set up. Or yes, I did. I set up my rig in my kitchen, over my kitchen island. I set my camera on a tripod on my kitchen island. It was the middle of summer, and I didn't think it through. I recorded a whole bunch, like 10 videos at once without checking them first. And because it was summer, had my fan going on the other side of the camera. And for all of those videos, you can hear the fan in the background, which is something you're not supposed to do. And I didn't learn until after the fact, and I wasn't going to redo them. So they're still there on YouTube. You can see my early versions of this. You will grow, you will learn what is going to make all the difference in your videos, and then you can implement that and learn how to do this. Danielle, I'm so glad that was helpful for you. If you've got more questions, feel free to hit me up and let me know what those questions are. I would love to get them answered for you as we're jumping in, continuing our conversation. I did get a really good question/comment on TikTok this week. I had posted a video talking about something that I had done in my author life. She said, have you ever seen someone accomplish something that you want to, and it makes you want to accomplish it more? Or is it just me and that's weird? So I jumped on, I responded to her, and I did a video response, but I wanted to bring it up for you guys too, because this is something that's really important to me as an entrepreneur and something I've implemented into my business that I think can benefit you as well. So have you ever seen somebody do something really cool and it's inspired you to do that thing? A lot of times we need that accountability. A lot of time we need that little push. We need that help. We need that inspiration. So I like to say, and this is something a lot of entrepreneurs say, I want to be the dumbest person in the room. If I walk into a room and I'm the smartest person and it's not something I'm teaching, that's a problem, because I can't learn, I can't grow, I can't be inspired, I can't move forward with my business and with what I'm doing if I'm the smart one. If I can't see anybody else's example, if I can't learn from what they're doing, if I can't sit at their feet and really learn from another master what I can be doing to level up. I want to be the dumbest one in the room. So if I'm not in a teaching position, obviously if I'm the teacher, I should be the smartest one, or at least very smart in that room. But if it's just to walk into a room, I want to be the dumb one, because when I'm the dumb one, I'm surrounded by greatness, and I'm surrounded by people that I can learn from. So I actively look for people who are smarter than me, better than me, more accomplished than me, have done better than me, done more than me, who are where I want to go. If you can surround yourself with that kind of person, with those kind of people, you have the ability to grow and learn and flourish and sit at the feet of people who have gone before you and done the dang thing. And you can then step out into that through their greatness, and you can learn through there. So that is not a weird thing. That's a good thing. That shows a sign of an entrepreneur who is ready to take those next steps and to move and step up into what they're doing in their business. And I'm really glad that you do that as well. And I just wanted to use this to encourage all of you to, again, surround yourself with people doing better than you, especially people who are in the same thing, in the same space, in the same niche, and you can learn and grow from them. I see more questions coming in. Feel free to go ahead and keep dropping those. We're going to go through just a couple of more comments that we got this week. George says, very good information, and it's so easy to follow. Thanks for sharing. We were talking about how to do thumbnails for your IGTV videos to get more clicks, to get more watch through, to get it on your main feed, and to make sure it fits with your feed. So make sure you guys are checking out that video. Great one, George. Thanks for hanging out with us this week. I got a great comment over on TikTok this week that said, thank you for making these TikToks and your YouTube channel to help other authors navigate publishing. I am so glad that I could be helpful to you guys, and I can help out with what we are doing. For more tips on how to navigate the publishing world specifically, you can go over to my author YouTube, which I just dropped in a link. It's youtube.com/KMRobinsonBooks. But you can stick around here for all sorts of growth tips and tricks when it comes to social media and creating a profitable business through your smart social media marketing, and hang out over there if you are trying to publish a book for your business. We are talking specifically more so about fiction than nonfiction, but you guys know I am a best-selling author in both the fiction and nonfiction space. So I'm giving lots of tips and tricks on both of those platforms. So if you're thinking of creating a book for your business, head over there because I got all the goods for you. All right, one more question that came in this week before we jump into more of our questions that are coming in through the comments. And we wanted to know, they have 1,000 plus followers and the live option isn't there. Do you have a solution for how to go live on TikTok? So we already know on TikTok, to go live, to live stream, you have to have 1,000 followers, and then you have to be over 18 years old. So if you're having trouble going live, if you don't have that option, it could be for a couple of different reasons. First, it could be because you don't have 1,000 followers. If you don't have 1,000 followers, you can't go live. Sorry, boo. If you're over 18, but they think you're maybe under 18, that's a problem. They're not going to let you go live. I know that there are creators who have been on the platform for a very long time, have been verified as over 18, and then in the middle of a live stream, the algorithm all of a sudden decides that they're under 18 and like kills their live stream. It is a thing. It does happen. So you just have to go through and you'll have to verify that you are over 18. I've even seen with the algorithm that sometimes it will mark you as over 18 in one section for like the creator fund, but then for the marketing side of things, it'll mark you under 18. So you will just have to reach out to TikTok if that is the issue, and you can see what's going on there. Now, if that's still an issue for you, if you're still having trouble, you can, of course, delete your app entirely from your phone, bring it back in, and you can try from there. If you cannot get it up and you already have 1,000 followers and you're over 18, you're living in a country that allows you to do it, then you need to reach out to TikTok and make sure you are going to their support system and they can help you out from there. Other than that, there's not really a lot you can do. So you do have to jump in and you'll have to ask them what's going on and let them handle that for you. First time here. Hey, I'm excited that you are here. Thanks for joining. You're getting engagement with Instagram Reels. Any tips for getting even more engagement? Instagram Reels right now is Instagram's brand new part of the platform. We do have videos on Instagram Reels. And we know that Instagram Reels has actually taken away some of the features because they didn't actually have the ability to do some of those legally. So they had to change that up just a little bit. We know that Instagram likes to take features from other types of social media platforms and use it on their platform in their own way. And then they push those particular parts of the platform. So we know when they developed Instagram stories, they strongly push stories because that's a new place for them to run ads. So they want more content there to train their users to go look for that, to then grow their businesses from there and be able to run more ads. We know that when they implemented IGTV, they very strongly strongly pushed IGTV videos. So right now, Instagram Reels is the hot new kid on the block, and they are just pushing that content out to people. So when you're creating Instagram Reels, I do recommend that you take the time to do it in a strategic way. So your Reels should not be necessarily repurposed TikToks. The platforms, the communities, the people watching you are very different. There's a very different community and a very different atmosphere. So you'll have some crossover with TikTok, but not much. You want to make sure with Reels, you are doing this on a daily basis, or at least have a schedule for the week. So maybe you're doing Reels a couple of times a week rather than every single day. Now, of course, we know with social media, if you can do something once a day, it's going to build you a lot faster, a lot stronger, and a lot smarter within your business. So the more you can do it, the better, but you don't want to overwhelm people. So how many Reels can you be putting out per day? I would say 1 per day is really, really good for growth. If you are doing more entertainment than educational, maybe you're going to want to do 2 or 3, even up to maybe 4 or 5. You do not want to necessarily go above that because that's going to get overwhelming, especially on Instagram where there's so much other content for people to be seeing, and people are focused on things like stories and your main posts and, of course, IGTV. So there's a lot going on over there. Whereas with TikTok, you can just go, baby, go, because that's the type of content people are looking for, and it's so easily consumed and so easily scrollable. So you want to make sure you're keeping that number down a little bit, but you're offering really good, really strategic content. So you need to make sure that you are, in fact, educating with what you're doing. Now, if you are entertainment, that's cool. You're entertaining, you're doing something entertaining, but educational content is where you are going to be able to grow your business. So use this to educate people and even onboard people into your business to show them what they need to know, how they need to grow, and how they can be bettering their lives through your content. You want to make sure you're developing that following there. Now, pro tip here, if you are creating content every single day, and I hope that you are, I recommend doing a series. When you create a series, you are doing part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, however many parts you need. You're going to keep those relatively grouped together. So you don't want to space it out over a really long time. If you've got 10 parts to your series, please don't take 10 days to get out 10 parts. It's going to be a very long, dramatic thing. Try twice a day there, maybe. And you want to make sure that each individual part is one whole, entire, complete thought that does not necessarily require you to have watched all the other parts before you get there. So let's just say somebody finds you while you're on part 6. Make sure they can get value out of that one single video without having to watch parts 1 through 5 to understand what you're talking about. If people are jumping into the middle of things, you've confused them, you're going to lose them. You want to make sure that there is something they can take out. So even if it builds on it, even if they do kind of need to know to get the full benefit from it, have something, one nugget, one small win that they can take from your video and run with it. Now remember, when it comes to things like Reels or like TikToks, short is good. Attention spans are short, and Reels and TikToks are meant to be shorter. So you want to make sure that you are really getting that condensed as tightly as possible. The shorter you can make it, the more traction you're going to get, the more watch through you're going to get, the better watch retention you're going to get, which means if people are watching the duration of your video instead of just the first couple of seconds, they are going to tell the algorithm that that's valuable content. And the algorithm will then kick out all of your content, not just your Reels, but your posts, your IGTV, your stories, all those things, because people are interacting with your content and they're going to try more of your content to more people. So that will extend your organic reach. If, however, you are creating long videos that people are not sticking around for, it's going to show it to less and less and less people because it's not as valuable, because obviously if fans aren't sticking around for it, why would they show it to more people? They're going to show more valuable content to those people that is holding their attention. So make it short, make it snappy, make it punchy, and make sure that they can take at least one nugget away from that and walk away feeling like they've learned something, or they've had a small victory, or it can lead to success within their businesses, their lives, their whatever, so that they come back for more and more and more. You're training people to realize that you are valuable and you're offering good and helpful content to them. And of course, stick around because I've got lots of Instagram tips and tricks. We've got lots of help for Reels coming soon in the next couple of videos. We're wrapping up what we're talking about on TikTok this week. We're jumping back into the world of Instagram next week. So I'm very excited for this one. Hit the subscribe and notification bell. And if you have more questions, please go ahead and get those dropped down below for me. We are going to be back next Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern, just like every single week, to answer your questions live on air. We are doing weekly live streams over on Instagram as well. And we would love to get your questions answered and talk about what you're struggling with in your business so that you can up your game with social media and create a profitable brand through your smart social media marketing. I'm KM Robinson, and I will see you over at kmrobinson.com for more behind the scenes of how you can grow your business through smart social media marketing. Until next week, I hope you all have a great day and stay inspired.